Hi, my loves, and welcome back. I'm really excited to talk to you today about allowing yourself to be fully shown up for. Okay, and this is especially true with women and the feminine as it pertains to allowing money and allowing the masculine and men, which are two different things, to show up for us. And once you really understand and have a deeper understanding of what it is to be the person who allows these things to show up for them, and also why you haven't, then your world shifts in a really beautiful and magical way. Also, hi everyone, it is Pamela, aka the Awakened Aphrodite, and I'm here to help you explode your bank account and your love life by teaching you feminine dominance, which is my methodology, and principles around dominance and power, as well as deep rewiring, everlasting hypnosis. And so if you would like to take the Magic Money Mistress class, it is going to be linked below at the time of the recording of this video. We will be going live tomorrow, Thursday the 28th at 4 p.m. Eastern. And when you sign up, you will also have access to the replay, and you're going to love it. And if you want to inquire about working with me one-on-one, send me an email, pamela@theawakenedaphrodite.com, or DM me on Instagram @theawakenedaphrodite. So, and make sure to go and follow me over there. I share a lot more on Instagram and in my stories. And I post daily, really. I show up almost daily, I want to say. So, feeling this sense of being deeply supported and shown up for by things that we are taught are outside of us, and we are taught are more dominant and powerful than us. So in our world, the world that we live in, we are taught that men are dominant, which is not true, right? It is not inherently true. Masculine energy is not dominant either inherently. It's actually the other way around. And feminine energy is dominant, right? It's extremely dominant. If you think about being a mother, if you think about taking care of the children, right? Raising them, showing up in that way, nurturing, those are all very dominant qualities. And we have actually been taught that feminine energy is submissive. And I talk about this quite a lot, so I'm not going to go too much into this in this video, but a lot of the feminine masculine energetic teachings do a lot of harm, and I've equally personally learned a lot from them, a lot of beautiful, useful information. One of the pieces though that I think is super harmful and incorrect is how women are submissive, right? Feminine energy is being taught and peddled as submission, okay? Which is a really fascinating marketing tactic. And so many of my clients have had these ideologies sort of, I don't want to be dramatic in it, right? Destroyed their lives, right? I don't think that that's true for everyone. That's my Leo moon coming out. It's destroyed their lives. It hasn't, but it significantly affected their relationships in a negative way. Now, of course, I love a lot of these teachings myself. And yet, let's call it what it is. It's being, these energetic teachings are being taught by really two men, okay? And some of them are great, and yet some of the teachings have really devolved into feminine energy being taught as submission. And it's in this that, generally speaking, neither party is really happy. And I of course am here to speak to the feminine side of this equation, which is that feminine energy is actually dominant. So we are taught to put masculine energy on a pedestal. We are taught to put money on a pedestal. And it's in this that we are there begging for scraps, or just happy to, I said this in a post today, just happy to have an honorable mention. And it's wild to see the way that these deeply incorrect teachings sneak their way into the psyches of deeply powerful people, even still and even today. Feminine energy is to be revered. Now, that doesn't mean that masculine energy is not to be. Masculine energy is also to be revered, and it is not more, masculine energy inherently is not dominant, is the best way of saying this. And feminine energy is not inherently submissive. If anything, it's actually the other way around when you understand these dynamics. And submission, by the way, is way harder and way more powerful than dominance. I think it's good to mention, right? This isn't something around, oh, dominance is superior. It is a thing around how women have been taught to fear dominance. And that's a big problem if you want to have delicious passion in your relationship. That is in terms of looking through the lens of polarity. And that is a big problem when we are talking about running your own business where you are the dominant, right? Or being in a place of leadership. And the way that most women are taught to go about this is to abandon themselves and go into their masculine energy. Well, guess what? That doesn't work. So the way to be supported, and here's the crux of it, most women that are deeply connected to their feminine energy, we know that the answer to this riddle is to be in our feminine energy. Yes? Comment down below if you know that. If you've had that sense, if you've had that experience that being in your feminine energy is how you are naturally, woo, I'm here. Oh my God, did you call? Right? I want to show up for you in this really masculine way. Comment down below if you've experienced this. That letting go, that reconnection to your heart, really. Who has also experienced this as being a thing that's been taken advantage of, a thing that's not been appreciated, right? Comment down below if you've experienced this. And then it's very confusing, right? I thought I was supposed to be feminine to be shown up for, and now here I am in this sinking pool of despair where people will show up for moments, but they don't stay. Money will show up for moments, but it won't stay. And that's because the story that we've been told is missing a few chapters. As it pertains to power, they've been ripped out of the book. And this is not new, right? If we look at old texts, I'm thinking of one specifically, right? There are chapters around women, powerful women that have been torn out, ripped out. Our books were burned. We had to write under male aliases. I get it, right? My experience, right? I get my experience through my lens of this. And you, of course, are going to have your own unique experience of this, which is different. And yet there is a thread that remains. And the thread that remains is that it is confusing. It can feel confusing for a lot of women, a lot of people. So how are you shown up for in this juxtaposition of beingness? How are you shown up for then? Well, there is a world that exists where you just decide that you are. And that's just true. That then becomes your world. You decide and you persist. No, I am always shown up for. Yeah, I'm always shown up for. And then your world shifts and changes when you embody this, and that then becomes your dominant experience. There's also a world where you get to play, and this is what I teach. Well, really, I teach both. Where you get to play in the embodiment of what it is to be in your feminine heart and openness, and also dominance. Which because it's fun, because it's enlivening, because it's sexy, because it's hot, because it feels good, right? It's a flavor that is complete in terms of polarity, creation, and passion, and all of the creativity. And that looks more like being the person that goes, oh, let me tell you something. Let me tell you a secret that's not really a secret about me. I'm always shown up for. Because that's who I am. People love showing up for me. I'm always shown up for. People love the experience of showing up for me. Just as I am the woman that shows up for those that I choose to. And I trust that. I trust that my desires are harmonious. I trust that my world is deeply reciprocal and overflowing. And it's in that I am always shown up for. That is just who I am. I don't have a concept of not being shown up for. That doesn't even exist in my world and in my reality. And that is who I am, embodied. The only people that stay in my world are the people that I choose. And I'm shown up for. Money shows up for me in expected and unexpected ways. And I love that. That's just who I am. That's just who I am. And that is who you get to be too. And so this is really an embodiment, is my point. And I have a specific flavor that I teach around this embodiment. And you get to play with that, or you get to access your own inside of this inner liberation of what it is to experience your world and yourself as the woman who's shown up for always, right? So I'm curious what you think about this. What has this shifted in your own world? What has this awoken inside of you? Comment down below. And like I said, if you'd like to join us in my upcoming mistress class or any other program, click below. And I will see you there. Click the link below. Or send me a DM on Instagram. And whether it's day or night, you know I love you. I love you. I love you.